Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in every workspace, communication basically plays a very major role when it comes to teamwork, when it comes to productivity, and even professional relationships that you maintain amongst people. So sometimes even a small communication mistakes can create a lot of confusion, can create misunderstanding, conflicts, and even you can lose the opportunity. So the surprising part is that many people make these mistakes without even realizing that it's a mistake. So in today's video, we are going to discuss the most common mistakes in a workplace and why they happen, and most importantly, how to avoid them professionally. So the first one is lack of active listening. So one of the biggest communication mistake is not listening properly, and many people listen only to reply and not to understand. So you take in during meetings or conversations, you can find people constantly interrupting. They assume things quickly, and or they even miss out important details. So, this can actually lead to wrong execution of tasks. It can lead to misunderstanding, and even it might lead to frustration, within the team members. So, how do you basically avoid it? You focus completely when someone is speaking. You can avoid interrupting unnecessarily, and you ask questions if something is only unclear, and you can actually repeat the key points for further confirmation. So good communication starts with good listening power. And the next one is confusion, sending confusing messages or being unclear. Sometimes people, they give incomplete instructions with too much of jargons, or communicate without a structure. So as a result, team members, they become confused about what to do, about deadlines, and also about the expectations. So always try to keep the communication direct, simple, and make sure that it is organized. For example, instead of saying, finish it soon, you can just say, please complete the report by evening, or, by tomorrow morning, so that being specific, it actually reduces confusion between the team members. Now, the third section that we are moving on is poor email and digital communication. So when it comes to modern workplace, most communication, it happens through emails, it happens through chats, virtual meetings, and even platforms like Teams, and Google Meets and all that. So the major mistake happens when people make it being too casual or careless when it is happening online. For example, sending across a very unclear subject line, or replying really late, or typing something very emotionally, or sending some incomplete messages. So before sending anything professional, make sure that you read it once, you check for clarity, and try to maintain professionalism and avoid emotional reactions during professional conversations. And digital communication also represents your professionalism. And the fourth section is sending across negative body languages. See, communication is not only about talking in words, it is about body language. And when you are having a poor body language, for example, avoiding eye contact, or uninterested expressions, or sitting with crossed arms, or constantly checking your phones during conversations, they make others feel ignored and disrespected. So how do you basically avoid these things? You have to practice certain things like maintaining eye contact, smiling naturally, and sitting very attentively. It's not like you have to act, you have to listen, so that this automatically flows in, and showing genuine interest during conversations. So, positive body language creates positive professional impressions. Now, the next section is fear of communication. So, many employees or students, hesitate to ask questions. They hesitate to share their ideas, and even, they hesitate to clarify their doubts now and then. So, it's always better to see. This basically happens because they cannot take criticism, or they don't want to be judged, or they have the fear of making mistakes. But silence often creates bigger problem than speaking up. So remember that professional environments, they value clarity and collaboration. So basically start with small preparations, like you ask questions, you contribute ideas, and you engage in discussions gradually. So confidence grows through consistent practice. And the next section is emotional communication. So another major mistake is reacting emotionally during stressful situations. So sometimes people, speak aggressively. They send emotional emails, or they even respond without thinking. So this can actually damage workplace relationship permanently. So how do you basically avoid these things? You have to pause before reacting. You have to stay calm and try to stay professional. Instead of reacting emotionally, you can focus on solving the problem respectfully, where you don't lose your self respect. And also professional communication should be a controlled thing. It shouldn't come out of an impulsive behavior. So to conclude, communication mistakes are quite common these days, but improving communication is a skill that anyone can actually learn without much stress. So basically you start with listening actively, and you try to speak clearly, and you maintain professionalism, and try to communicate with respect, with kindness, and I think you can build stronger workplace relationships and grow professionally. So yeah, that's it with today's video. Thank you.